Good morning student. Today we will discuss about conclusions or the result of monohybrid cross. On the basis of monohybrid cross, some of the laws or principle of inheritance was given. We will also discuss about some of the exceptions of these laws. So students, in the last video we discussed about monohybrid cross, that is we studied about the inheritance of one character at a time. What we actually did, we took a character plant height which has two traits, tall and dwarf. What we actually did, we took a homozygous tall parent and homozygous dwarf parents. What they produced in the F1 generation, all the parents were tall. Yes, and in the after that we did self crossed and we got in the F2 generation phenotypic ratio as 3:1, that is we got 3 tall plants and 1 dwarf, and genotypic ratio 1:2:1, that is we got 1 pure tall, 2 hybrid tall and 1 pure dwarf plant. The recessive character expressed itself in the F2 generation, although it was also present in F1 but was not able to show its effect in the presence of dominant factor. Okay. Based on his experiments and observation on monohybrid cross, Mendel proposed two general rules or two basic principles or laws of inheritance. That were, the first law was the law of dominance, the second law was the law of segregation and also known as law of purity of gamete. These two were actually the first laws in the field of genetics, which explains actually that how traits are passed from one generation to the next generation. First we will talk about law of dominance. Actually Mendel gave three results or three postulates or conclusion from monohybrid cross. First one, that was according to Mendel, each genetic character is controlled by a pair of unit factor. हर एक जो genetic character है उसको एक pair of unit factor control करता है, and it's known as conclusion of pair factor or unit factor. इसे हम pair of unit factor या paired factor बोलते हैं. This law states that when two alternative form of trait or character are present in an organism, only one factor expresses itself in F1 progeny and is called dominant, while the other that remain masked is called recessive. F1 progeny के अंदर जो अपना effect show करेगा, that will be termed as dominant factor, and the effect of which is masked, it will termed as recessive factor. Now we will study it with the help of an example. As we have discussed in monohybrid cross, when a homozygous tall parent is fused with homozygous dwarf parent, we got F1 generation all tall. That is, the dominant trait capital T released from this homozygous parent is dominant over the dwarf trait. One out of the two alleles, that is capital T, small t, both will code for tall. As you know, one out of the two alleles express itself. The allele which will express itself, that is termed as dominant trait. So here capital T, which codes for tall, will be dominant, and small t, it will be recessive trait, as it is not able to show its expression in the F1 generation. That's why T got expressed, that is plants in F1 generation were all tall and the dwarf traits were hidden in F1 generation. Now how we can define the law of dominance? In a dissimilar pair of traits or dissimilar pair of factors, one member of the pair dominant and other recessive. Okay, we can also explain it as when tall plant crossed with dwarf plant in F1 generation, only tall plant is present because of tall is dominant over dwarf. Now how you will explain dominance? Dominant gene that show the phenotypic expression in homozygous condition as well as heterozygous condition. ऐसी जीन जो अपना homozygous condition में भी और heterozygous condition में भी dominant show करेगी, that will be the dominant gene. And what about recessive now? Recessive gene expresses its phenotypic expression in homozygous condition only. जो recessive gene है वो अपना expression सिर्फ कहाँ show करेगी? homozygous condition में, because अगर वो dominant के साथ present है तो dominant ही अपना effect show करेगा, recessive अपना effect show नहीं कर पाएगा. As we have discussed in monohybrid cross, when a homozygous tall parent is fused with homozygous dwarf parent, we got F1 generation all tall. That is, the dominant trait capital T released from this homozygous parent is dominant over the dwarf trait. Now, where this law of dominance is used? The law of dominance is used to explain the expression of only one of the parental characters in a monohybrid cross in the F1 and the expression of both in the F2. It also explains the proportion of 3:1 obtained at the F2. नाउ ये लॉ ऑफ डोमिनेंस कहाँ यूज़ कर रहे हैं हम? पेरेंटल कैरेक्टर्स का जो एक्सप्रेशन है मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस में F1 जनरेशन में, उसको स्टडी करने के लिए, और जो दोनों कैरेक्टर्स है उनका स्टडी करने के लिए F2 के अंदर. और ये हमें ये भी बता रहा है कि 3:1 कैसे आया F2 जनरेशन में. बट दैट इज़ नॉट ऑलवेज ट्रू. There are some of the exceptions of law of dominance which we will discuss later on. Now next we will discuss about second law, the law of segregation, or it's also known as law of purity of gametes. This law states that the factor or alleles of a pair segregate. Segregate means separate, okay? Separate from each other during gamete formation such that a gamete receives only one of the two factors, they don't show any blending. ये लोग क्या बोलता है कि जब फैक्टर्स और अलील उनका एक जो पेयर है, आपको पता है ये पेयर की फॉर्म में प्रेजेंट होते हैं, ये सेपरेट होते हैं. लेट्स सी इन दिस एग्जांपल इन अ हाइब्रिड टॉल प्लांट, कैपिटल T and small t. This is an hybrid tall plant. Now the two gametes, during the formation of gametes or during the meiosis division, two gametes capital T and small t segregate from each other. Let us understand with the help of an example. In the F1 generation we got capital T small t, that is phenotypically all plants were tall and genotypically they were hybrid tall. On selfing this, it will produce two type of gametes, capital T and small t. This both will produce, and in F2 what the ratio we will get? The capital T, capital T, capital T small t, capital T small t and small t small t. Okay. In a hybrid tall plant, the capital T and small t, these two gametes got segregate from each other, और during the meiosis division, यहाँ पे meiosis होगा और क्या हुआ, दो gametes बने capital T small t, फिर उसके बाद इन दोनों का फ्यूजन हुआ और ये बना. ये हमने लास्ट वीडियो में डिस्कस किया था. So these outcomes of F2 generation, we saw 25% of the characters were dwarf. Okay, so he explained that in hybrid tall they have two alleles, capital T, small t. One represent tall trait, other dwarf. So they are together, they have their own identity. यानी ये जो alleles हैं, they do not show any blending, they retain their own identity Only during gamete formation they segregate. Although they are present all together, but during gamete formation they segregate, they separate from each other. But again, when they will fuse with others on selfing, although they get fused, they form a pair. I said they retain their own identity. तो गैमेट्स होंगे वो अपनी आइडेंटिटी रिटेन करेंगे. What it mean? Actually इसका मतलब ये है कि अगर कैपिटल टी आई सेड ये टॉल के लिए अपना एक्सप्रेशन शो करेगा, तो अगर वो टॉल के लिए शो कर रहा है तो वो टॉल के लिए ही करेगा, अगर साथ में उसके स्मॉल टी भी आ जाएगा तब भी. यानी जो करेक्टर्स है ना, उनमें जो गैमेट्स हैं उनमें आपस में मिक्सिंग नहीं होगी, ब्लेंडिंग नहीं होगी. दे विल रिटेन देयर ओन आइडेंटिटी. In F1 generation, they exactly resemble one particular trait, whereas in F2, they resemble both the initial alleles. And it's obvious, if we take a homozygous parent, it will produce all the gametes that are similar. Like we took capital T, then it will produce all the gametes which will be capital T, obviously. And if we take a heterozygous parent, that is capital T and small t, it will produce two kind of gametes, that is one will be capital T and another will be small t. These were the two laws which we discussed, law of dominance and law of segregation. They were based on monohybrid cross. Now we are going to discuss the exceptions of these laws. Firstly, we are going to study about the exception of law of dominance, that is incomplete dominance and codominance. Although the law of segregation, it's almost universal law, it's without any exception. We will discuss about incomplete dominance. According to Mendel, law of dominance, dominant character must be present in F1 generation, but in some organism F1 generation is different from both the parents. That is, क्या होता क्या है, उनके अंदर जो प्रोजेनी प्रोड्यूस होती है, it has neither the characters of dominant parent nor from the recessive parents, and an intermediate is formed in the F1 generation. So both factors such as dominant and recessive are present in incomplete dominance, but dominant factor is unable to express his characters completely. जो dominant factor है वो अपने characters को express नहीं कर पाता completely, resulting intermediate type of generation is formed, जिसकी वजह से होता क्या है, intermediate type की generation form हो जाती है, which is different from both the parents. As in F1, intermediate characters are shown. Obviously, then phenotypic ratio will be deviate from the Mendel's monohybrid cross. Now we will study this incomplete dominance with the help of an example. It was seen in flower color of Mirabilis jalapa, also known as 4 o'clock plant, and snapdragon, where red color is due to gene R, and white color is due to gene r. In F1 generation, according to Mendel, F1 प्रोजेनी क्या होनी चाहिए थी, डोमिनेंट रेड के अकॉर्डिंग R जो कि रेड होना चाहिए था. लेकिन यहाँ पे हुआ क्या कि जो R बना वो था पिंक कलर का, यानी कि इंटरमीडिएट करेक्टर शो हो गया यहाँ पे. It is formed due to blending of red and white color. Now we will see phenotype and genotype, and we will see what happened in incomplete dominance actually. Here you can see in the picture that phenotypic ratio, it's 1:2:1. That is 1/4. 25% part is red flower and 25% is white, whereas 50% it's pink. So phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio in incomplete dominance is always same. हैंस यहाँ पे जो रेशो था वो अलग आया मेंडल के मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस के रेशो से, क्योंकि मेंडल का जो फिनोटिपिक रेशो था मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस का वो था 3:1, वेरएस जो जीनोटिपिक रेशो था वो था 1:2:1. और यहाँ पे एलीलिक इंटरेक्शंस की वजह से क्या हुआ कि जो फिनोटिपिक रेशो और जीनोटिपिक रेशो था वो 1:2:1 आया, एंड दैट वाज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द मेंडल मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस.